All right, listeners, grab your gardening gloves, folks, because today we are diving deep, and I mean deep, into the world of our gardening.
Oh, I like it. A deep dive.
You know it, and let me tell you, after spending time with this subreddit, I am seriously considering building a greenhouse in my living room.
Really now, that sounds like quite the project.
Yeah.
You know, what
Oh.
fascinates me most about car gardening is how it bottles that,
Hmm,
that universal urge to, like, get your hands dirty and connect with nature.
totally. And speaking of getting our hands dirty, the community highlights section is bursting with visual inspiration. I mean, the total eclipse of the sunflower post. Those sunflowers were practically bursting out of the screen.
Oh, I saw that one. Sunflowers are really something else.
Yeah.
To get them to grow in such perfect harmony like that, it takes real skill and maybe a little help from Mother Nature, of course.
Absolutely. And hey, let's not forget those tasty sunflower seeds. Okay, scrolling through, I couldn't help but laugh at the "Are these watermelons?" post. Like we've all been there, right? Staring at a little sprout, wondering what on earth it's going to turn into.
Oh, for sure. It's that beginner's uncertainty, but it's also what makes gardening so exciting.
Yeah.
The anticipation.
Totally. Every seed is like a tiny mystery unfolding. But speaking of mysteries, did you catch that itsy ditsy harvest picture? Someone posted their like minuscule harvest. It was adorable. Proof that even the smallest successes can be incredibly satisfying.
I think that speaks to something deeper about gardening. It's not always about, the biggest pumpkin or the most tomatoes. It's about the process, the effort,
Yeah.
the connection to nature. And that's something to celebrate, no matter the size of the yield.
Couldn't agree more. But judging by the sheer number of what is this posts I saw, it seems like that connection to nature comes with its fair share of curveballs.
Well, yeah, gardening is all about problem solving, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Every day brings new challenges, whether it's identifying a weird bug or
Yeah.
figuring out why your tomato plants are suddenly looking a little, droopy.
And that's where the beauty of raw gardening shines, right? It's like having a global network of plant whisperers on speed dial, ready to help.
It's an incredible resource, especially for those who, might not have a local gardening community or a green-thumbed mentor nearby.
Absolutely. Like, take that post titled, "What is this growing with my ginger?" It was like a real life garden mystery, and everyone was commenting with their theories.
Ah, yes. That's what I love about this subreddit. It's citizen science in action, people sharing photos, comparing notes, offering their own experiences to help solve these little mysteries.
It's pretty amazing to witness this collaborative effort to, like, crack the code of the plant world.
It really speaks volumes about the power of shared knowledge and, well, just a genuine passion for plants.
And speaking of passion, can we talk about the organization of this subreddit? They have zone maps, links to specialized subreddits for every type of plant imaginable. It's like a perfectly pruned digital garden.
I know, the structure is incredibly well done. And those dedicated subreddits are fantastic for connecting with people who share your specific interests. Like,
Hmm.
if you're really into succulents, there's a whole community for that.
Exactly. You mentioned those zone maps. Can you explain those a bit more? I feel like they're crucial for any gardener, but especially for beginners.
Totally. Zone maps are all about understanding your local climate, which is like gardening 101. They divide regions based on their average minimum winter temperatures. So by knowing your zone, you can choose plants that are, more likely to thrive in your specific neck of the woods.
So if you're dreaming of those prize-winning pumpkins we saw earlier, you better make sure your zone is up to the task.
Exactly. It's about working smarter, not harder, in the garden. And, it's not just about finding those plants that can survive your winters. It's like those specialized subreddits. They're gold mines for really specific advice, like, say you're obsessed with a certain type of tomato or something.
Oh, absolutely. You get those niche communities where everyone's speaking the same, like, plant language. It's awesome.
Exactly.
It reminds me, did you see that post about someone's first ghost pepper harvest?
Oh, yeah. Made my eyes water just reading it.
Right. I was like, whoa, that's some serious heat. But you know what really struck me, like, heartwarming wise? Those Friendly Friday threads.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Just pure gardening joy in those
Yeah.
threads. Everyone showing off their gardens, their harvests. It's lovely.
It is. Did any of those posts stand out to you in particular? I'm always curious to hear what catches people's eyes.
Let me think. There was one, my first year of balcony gardening, with a photo of this little balcony totally transformed, like an oasis. Pots everywhere, herbs growing vertically, even some tomato plants soaking up the sun.
You're kidding. See, that's what I love about gardening. You don't need acres of land to make a difference, just a little creativity.
Exactly. It shows that anyone can create their own green space no matter where they live. You could have a window box, a rooftop garden, anything.
It's about that connection with nature, no matter how you find it. Those friendly Friday posts, they always leave me feeling so inspired.
Me too.
Mm,
They remind you that gardening is about so much more than just like plants. It's about the journey, the connection, the sheer joy of creating something beautiful and tasty, of course.
totally. And sharing that journey online, even just through a photo or a quick story, it adds a whole other dimension.
For sure. It's funny how we started this deep dive talking about those stunning community highlights photos.
Right.
But the more we explore, the more we see that shore gardening is so much more than just pretty pictures. It runs deep.
It really does. It's funny you should say that because I was just thinking, it's like this whole subreddit is its own ecosystem, right? You've got these
Hmm.
stunning visuals that initially draw you in, and then there's all this practical
Oh,
advice.
totally. Like
Right?
it's beautiful and useful all at the same time.
Exactly. But then you've got this whole other layer, this like human connection that really makes it special.
It's true. You see that same kind of connection in real-life gardening communities,
Hmm.
but there's something about the online space that feels even more, I don't know, accessible. Maybe because anyone can join in from anywhere.
Yeah, it levels the playing field in a way. And it really drives home the point that gardening truly is for everyone, no matter your experience level or even how much space you have.
Absolutely. I mean, my first year of balcony gardening post, talk about inspiring. You don't need acres of land to create something beautiful.
Right. Maybe it'll even inspire some of our listeners to like pot a single herb on their windowsill. You got to start somewhere, right?
Exactly. Every gardening journey begins with a single seed, as they say. And who knows, maybe those tiny sprouts will eventually lead to a whole balcony garden.
Or even a full-blown backyard farm.
There you go. The sky's the limit.
It really is. Well, I think that's a perfect note to end on, don't you think? From those incredible community highlights to those heartwarming, friendly Friday threads, our gardening is a treasure trove of inspiration, knowledge, and just pure gardening joy.
I couldn't agree more. It's been a pleasure digging deep with you today.
The pleasure was all mine. And a huge thanks to you, our listeners, for joining us on this deep dive into the wonderful world of form gardening. Until next time, happy gardening, everyone.